welcome. You've been looking for a new show to obsess over, and you did it. We found each other. One time for you, yes. We have a great show for you today. We've got gossip, we've got drama, we've got farmers. And my name is Tefi. I'm your host. This is a pop culture show. What does that mean? We're gonna be talking shit about celebrities for like 30 minutes or so. How does that sound?
Great.
Awesome. What's that old Hollywood saying? How does it go? There's no business like business that isn't mine. Am I right? Okay, great. So guys, I have a very 21st century problem. And it's gonna sound whiny, but it's not. And you're gonna know, I know that you know what I mean. Okay, maybe like 1 in 5 people will be able to relate, because 1 in 5 people I feel don't have boundaries, and that is like my exact problem. So I have the problem where my barista is way too fucking friendly with me. It's becoming an issue, and it's the issue of someone that you see every day and that you both need each other, but you want them to like you, but the emotional labor is too expensive. What do I mean by that? Guys, when I say emotional labor, I mean the please like me, but please stop talking to me, delicate tiptoe dance around the issue. Do you guys know what I mean? Yes? Like every morning, I think about the show, right? I think about the monologue. Like I literally wake up and I go, what the fuck am I gonna talk about on the show? And then I think, what the fuck am I gonna say to my barista today? Because you're like, Tefi, just don't go to the fucking coffee shop. Guys, the cafe is in the lobby of my building where I live. I have to pass by this man, okay? And you're like, oh, is he flirting with you? No, it's much worse. He's giving me free coffees, okay? So what happens is that I get a coffee in the morning at like 6:30, because I'm at work exactly at 7:30. So I go up to the register and I go, yeah, I get a hot coffee with oat milk always. And he goes, that's okay, this one's on me. And he waits for me to insist, like, come on, but I don't, because I'm not a fucking idiot and I want free coffee. He's waiting for me, like, no, just take it. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And I walk away. And we both I can feel the energy shifting, that my free coffees have run out, and he doesn't know how to tell me. I can feel it, okay? Like, and when I say free, it's very expensive, because I have to pay for it in attention. I have to always be like, it looks cold out there, huh? The year's already flying by. Where's my coffee? Like, you know when, it's the same kind of energy when you're in an Uber, right? And the Uber driver's like, oh, so how long you been in New York for? And I'm like, oh, like 6 years. And he's like, oh yeah. Well, I'm actually not from New York. And you're like, so where are you from? And you have to like start the whole thing, but nothing is free. My mom used to say that to me all the time. Nothing is free. And I understood that the first round of emotional labor, like when you're clubbing in Miami, it was me. I was the friend that had to hug the bouncer. I was the friend that had to text the promoter and maybe make out with him. It was me. It was always me. And then I feel like the adult version of that is getting free coffees. And you know what? I don't think after this I'm gonna get free coffees anymore, not because he watches the show, because how fucking embarrassing, but it's because this morning I ordered coffee and there were like 7 people behind me and they saw me get the free coffee and I could feel them behind me saying, what the fuck, she gets free coffee? So I zoomed out of there before they got their pitchforks and like, what the fuck, I've been paying $5 for fucking coffee this whole time. And I think it's over. But at the same time, who's gonna bring it up first? Oh, actually, you have to pay for it. Who's gonna say it's not gonna be me? It's not gonna be me. And every time I get a free coffee, he hasn't been punching in my card. You know, so do I punch up? Exactly. I think I should get free coffees forever. And however, if that doesn't work out for me, I already know the solution. I have to move to Jersey. That's obviously the only thing that I can do. Guys, we have a great show for you today. We've got everything you want to hear and more, even a little Kardashian. Yes, after this break. Hey guys, so some people in the audience, AKA my crew, may not agree with me, but Margaret in the chat, I see you, baby. You really agree with me. You gotta get out of those awkward combos, okay? Let's get into the gossip. Caitlyn Carter tells all, but not really. Caitlyn Carter wrote an essay for Elle magazine, okay? And she talks about her love for Miley and her sexuality in general. And in general, I mean truly, truly general and vague. Like, she really says it's 4 paragraphs of nothing, okay? So I think from reading this, when I was watching her, not watching her, Caitlyn, I don't have cameras in your house or around you, I'm so sorry. When I was reading the article, I was like, dude, she's just literally saying, instead of saying like, I was on a yacht with Miley in Italy, she was like, me and my friend vacationed together. She's not saying anything, you know? I'm like, okay, so obviously she signed an NDA. It's pretty obvious. But because Caitlyn can't speak her truth, Caitlyn, baby, I'm gonna do it for you, okay? I decided to break down her essay with various quotes and translate it into a language we here call Tefinese, okay? Let's start. So these are quotes that I pulled so that we pulled it in chronological order so that you could kind of get the gist of the essay that Caitlyn wrote, right? For us. Let's start with the first quote. It wasn't quite that simple, of course, but it also wasn't very complicated either, regarding how she fell in love with Miley Cyrus. But in Tefinese, translation, we had way too much Prosecco one day on the yacht, and then we had sex, and I liked it. Next. I also find myself attracted to people in a way that seems disconnected from sex and physical traits, and more connected to a person's mind. Tefinese translation, oh my God, am I gay? I think I'm gay. Next. Eventually, though, after years of constant excitement, we found we'd done as much growing apart as we'd done growing up. This is about her now ex-husband, Brody. Brody Jenner. Tefinese translation. We had threesomes. Next. Reflecting back on our 3-year friendship about Miley Cyrus, I realized I'd been drawn to her in a way that I wasn't with other friends. Tefinese translation. I now realize we weren't best friends and we had been flirting for years. I remember that first time she complimented my outfit at Mr. Chow's. Oh my God, I love your top, she said. Was that sexual? You have lipstick on your teeth. Was that flirting? Were our bathroom break makeout sessions on double dates with our husbands a sign? Next. Although the relationship with my friend, Miley Cyrus, was often referenced in the media as merely a summer fling or a same-sex affair, it was so much more than that. Tefinese translation. Don't compare this to your little college self-exploration. My relationship blossomed on a yacht off the coast of Italy as a divorcee. This is chic. Next. Remain curious. Know that there are many layers within you, and they just might be the most invaluable ones. Tefinese translation. Oh my God, am I gay? I think I'm gay. Okay, so I want to say this is all alleged. You know, I think I'm always right, but for legal reasons, I want to say the word allegedly her truth. And I think that she wrote this essay because she was tired of like the media assumptions. Like, she was with Miley and everyone was talking shit about the relationship, and she just wanted to, like, you know, really, really say her piece. I love when I lean in and it looks like I'm wearing a hat. So, but this clearly meant nothing to Miley because as of yesterday, I decided it was yesterday. Yesterday, Miley Cyrus unfollowed Liam Hemsworth, ex-husband, and Caitlyn Carter off Instagram. But I have a Tefinese translation to that. I think that Cody, because remember in the Instagram live, when she said if you don't want to date dicks, you have to be gay or whatever, that stupid shit that she said that she like knows only one person that's not a dick, and it's Cody, and Cody's like the best guy she's ever met. I think Cody is putting that in his pocket, and he's now gaslighting her. Like, for example, you know, like, it's fine if you want to follow your exes. Like, I don't follow any of mine. We checked. He doesn't follow Gigi. He doesn't follow Stella Hudgens. But it's Vanessa Hudgens' sister. And I have to explain. And I feel like he's like, but if you want to do that, like, that's fine. That's like your priority. And she was like, oh my fucking. You know, I feel like that's Miley's energy. In stranger news, Kim and Kanye are getting a farm. Kim and E-I-O. So Kim and Kanye bought this neighborhood property, right? Totaling their land to 8 acres, and they want to convert this land into like guest homes, a spa retreat, a private farm for their kids, organic and citrus grove on their grounds, to streaming their own farm to table dining. I think that's a fantastic idea. One, that sounds a little commune-y. It sounds like they're gonna have like a little bit of a cult, you know? Like, you don't have to leave, we have a spa retreat here. We have all the food here, you don't have to go to the grocery store. I don't know where your phone is. You know? Also, two, it's my dream to be like on a farm like Renee Zellweger in Cold Mountain. If you haven't seen that movie, you should watch it. It's an amazing movie, but make sure you enjoy whole body weeping. It's like the saddest movie in the entire world, but it's so worth it. Renee Zellweger's like the one that's like, you can't eat that. Like, you know, when somebody looks at a bear and she's like, these are poisonous. I'm like, how did you know? You know, like that kind of person. I really want to be that. But imagine being so wealthy that you can continue over and over and over to reincarnate yourself, to reinvent yourself, like Kim Kardashian, right? First it was porn star, then reality star, then clothing designer for Sears, then makeup mogul, then lawyer, and now farmhand. Imagine, only in America, you know what I mean? Like, lastly, guys, am I not fucking psychic? I said this. I predicted this Kanye farm shit. You don't believe me? Julie, play the track. Kanye, I am tired. I am exhausted.
It's so weird.
Like, I think he needs to take a break, you know? Take up journaling. Maybe spend a year in a farm. But he's so intense that I do not doubt he'll come out with some psycho album about herding cattle and growing wheat. It's farmer is king. You know what I mean? Farmer is king. Don't we look like evil twins? I love it. So this show is obviously onto something. You are very smart for viewing, you cute little viewer. You look adorable. Is that on your top? So just admit that you need me, and yes, I need you more. Stop gloating. Since I got one prediction right, I wanted to have some more predictions, you know, like throw a lot of shit. Okay. This is bullying, but so I wanted to come up with more predictions just in case like more of my celebrity predictions come right and that's like become correct and that's like the most exciting thing that can ever happen. Okay, 1, I think that Lindsay Lohan will get engaged in 2020. Will she get married? One of my friends will be a contestant on The Bachelor giving me lots of inside scoopies, okay? 3, one of these YouTube comments will make me cry. 4, showing your vag to paparazzi will become popular again. I'm looking at you, Bella Thorne. And I think Bella Hadid is going to date a basketball player. I see it. Don't you guys see it?
Yes.
Because I'm making you see it. Okay, last prediction. We're gonna talk about Emma Watson's new life partner after this break. No, she's not a lesbian. guys, this chat is blowing up. Margaret is flirting with one of my friends, Jeff. And Jesse Carson apparently had a beautiful ex-girlfriend. Oh my God. Guys, let's get into the gossip and the drama. Jesse Carson, no, I'm just kidding. Emma Watson doesn't need a man. So she did an interview with British Vogue about turning 30 this April. Oh, a Taurus. I can see that. Oh, she's an Aries. I can also see that. That's the way, because it's science. It's an exact science. So we have a quote from Miss Watson. Should I do an English accent? If you have, I fucked it up already. If you have not built a home, if you do not have a husband, if you do not have a baby, and you're turning 30, it sucks. And you're not in some incredible, secure, stable place in your career, or you're still figuring things out, there's just this incredible amount of anxiety. Wingardium Leviosa. She is so hot. She's like a hot girl. Aries, fire sign. Like, what do you want? So reading that, I have anxiety because I have one of those things. Not a husband, not a baby, not a home. I am turning 30. That's the only thing I have in common. So, but I'm actually excited to turn 30. How many of you guys are turning 30 soon? We're fucked. But I'm excited because I feel like I'm gonna wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I'm a grown up and I just checked my credit score. It's so good. You know, like I feel like that's just like gonna naturally happen to me. So she also touched on dating life. And she did the whole, I'm so happy to be single spiel. And it took her a long time to be happy. But I hate that I'm so happy to be single spiel, not because I don't believe her, but because I feel like women have to say that. No one asks men that are single, are you happy to be single? They're like, oh, you're single. I assume you're getting loads of pussy. And he's like, yes, I am. But a woman has to be like, I'm actually not an old maid. I'm happy by myself. And they look at her the way that like waitresses look at you when you say, table of one, please. And they're like, okay. You know what I mean? Like weirdo. So she refers to herself as self-partnered. Reading that, I thought, oh, I get it. You masturbate, but no. But no, she says that she just like is in a relationship with herself and she's getting to know herself and she's very, very happy doing so. I too, Emmy, was self-partnered for many a year. And I have to say, she was not an ideal partner, that Tef. She partied way too much. She was very lazy, did not work out, did not care about her health. She put us in credit card debt. No one needs that much Seamless. Learn to cook, Tef. And like she could never do her laundry so much she started using bikini bottoms as underwear. Not a great time. And she ate all of her roommates' food and then would play dumb. Like, what Chinese food? I never ate your Chinese food. Yes, narrator. Yes, she did. So I'm sure that Emma's self-partnering is great because you can tell that she's an amazing partner. She's probably cool. Like she buys plants and like keeps them alive, and she's like part of like a book club, but it's not like not like dorky. It's like cool, and she says like all this like insightful shit, and it's like, oh, that Emma. Well, she went to Brown. She's got it all. This one, you know. And I feel like her self-partnership is already a fucking like power couple, and for me, it's always been a fucking liability. Like I used to look at myself in the mirror and be like, if you don't grow up, this isn't gonna work out. You gotta grow up. So, someone else is feeling independent. Just kidding, I'm very, very codependent. But Trevor Noah believes in one union, two houses. Trevor, I get it, you cheat. But listen, so Trevor Noah did an interview with Howard Stern and he touched on marriage. And he said that he's not, okay, so we have a direct quote. I think one of the biggest reasons people get divorced and relationships break up is because of this cohabitating bullshit that we've come to believe is the way relationships are supposed to be. I don't know. I feel like that's what okay. He's like, going to my house. I feel like what some older people say, like when they're like in their 60s and they're divorced and they remarry and they're like, why move into one house? It's like an older thing to say. And that tells me that young Trevor doesn't want to marry for a while, okay? I live with my boyfriend now. I'm cohabitating, and it is blissful. And yes, I am admitting that I am the needy one by saying that. When I first lived with him, I did think like, oh, this is gonna be amazing, this is gonna be wonderful. Fast forward to now, tell me why he can't put the toilet paper on the fucking holder, but he puts it on where the flusher is behind me, so when I pee, because I pee sitting down, I open a new roll. So now we have 3,000 rolls in the fucking bathroom. And tell me why he turns off the air at 3 in the morning and I wake up in a cold sweat and I'm the bitch. You tell me why. So it's going great. And this is another thing. Like I can be the one that says, I want to live separately. But if you say you don't want to live together, bitch, we're getting a fucking studio. We're living together. Like, you don't want to live with me. No, it's me that doesn't want to live with you, bitch. And I'm not scared to go to jail. I'll fight you. So, I think when you first live with somebody, you think it's going to be like hot sex in the shower. You know, feeding each other like strawberries and shit. And like, you're going to the gym together because you care about like self-care. And afterwards you do like super enthusiastic high fives, like, yeah, you know what I mean? And they're always like gonna flush the toilet and they would never ever come in to poop while you're in the shower brushing your teeth and tell you, oh man, this is gonna be bad, you know? They would never do that to you. And they're definitely 100% not a living, breathing human gerbil, just swimming within dirty clothes and like old takeout, you know? They would never do that. They definitely don't play video games out loud, like volume max to like 3 in the morning when they know you have to get up at 6, you know? They never burp before they kiss you, you know, like things like this. So Trevor can't live with a woman, and this show cannot live without a small break. I'll see you right after this one. Don't I look like a studious sensual gourd? Don't you think so? 'Tis the season, bitch. So, we've reached my favorite part of the show. It's when I can bond with you a little bit, share some life advice with you, because I've seen a lot, I've done a lot, made a lot of mistakes, and it's a big bad world out there, and I wouldn't want you to feel unprepared, right? Tefi loves you. We call this Tefi's tip. Just the tip. It's never just the tip. That's how they get you. So, we need to double check our bathrooms before company comes over, specifically perhaps a suitor or a suitress, you know? I think the bathrooms say a lot about a person, and I think for me personally, a low moment in my life is when a special someone for the evening came over and used the bathroom, and I saw the bathroom afterwards, and my pants and underwear were in perfect little circles. Like you could tell where I dropped my pants. Wasn't a good look for little Tef. And secondly, we don't pay attention to the mirror. If it looks like you fling toothpaste onto your mirror, give it a quick wipey. Give it a quick wipey. And don't forget to Windex the faucet. You don't want people to think you're a human gerbil. Guys, that's our show. Thank you for coming. Thank you for viewing. I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time. How's that sound? Good? Good? Yeah. Leave. I miss you already. Get out of here.